when the Red Sox like won all those games against the Yankees. I think it was like 2000. Shit, this is gonna sound. I think 5 maybe. And every game went till like 1 a.m., but it was all like 4 and 5 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Was it 2004?
Insane.
Oh.
So where are we? How gardened are we? We gotta switch. We gotta do a different background. I don't love this one.
Is it fascist? Pretty good. Thanks. Tomatoes are blooming. Planted chard this year. You like chard, Jen?
No.
Admir, what do you think of chard?
Thanks for the song.
It's a no-go.
I didn't realize that chard was just like shitty greens. I didn't know that, but that was like my parents grew it, and everybody in my family fucking hated it. I have no idea why we grew it, but we would grow it and then like can it, and then we would just like once a week there was just this shitty side of chard that everybody hated, and they'd put like a little lemon juice on it and suck it down. I have no idea to this day why we did that.
Well, that's a legit thing. That's real.
Chard?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's like a really sturdy lettuce. I don't know how to explain it. And then you have to like, I guess steam it or boil it. I think we boiled it. It's terrible.
It tastes like shit.
Yeah. You didn't get any chard when you were in Utah, Jen?
No.
She needs to go back to Utah.
I'd rather deep throat a cactus.
Really? That sounds wrong. There's no way. It's not that bad, Jen. This kind of sounds like you're pretty open to the idea of deep throating a cactus. A vegetable? Yeah, right. Give me the cactus. Just a vegetable. You'll be fine.
You know, you asked. You said I should go back to Utah. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to.
Ooh. Would you though? You got to move back to Utah for 10 years.
Oh hell yeah!
You take the cactus?
Totally take the cactus.
I don't have that kind of pain tolerance. That's incredible. I mean, you gave birth, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
so
you can put
essentially a different thing to put on.
Give birth or cactus? Just the pain part, not the beauty of childbirth, but just the pain.
Well, I was sick 2 weeks ago.
No,
so
not you,
Admir.
This is not a question for you. This is not a question for you. This is time for you to be quiet.
I mean, if the end result is a child, then probably the cactus.
But if not, no end result is a child. Like it's just the pain of it. No child.
Cactus.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
Cactus.
All right. That's how we start. That's how we started things off today.
I mean,
Admir, what? Oh, sorry.
I mean, my labor went fairly fast, but yeah, no, definitely cactus. So.
Admir, I heard you were talking shit on the Democrats. What are you doing?
I was?
That's what I heard. Jen, is that what you heard?
What did I say?
I don't know. That's what I'm coming to you for. They said you were in. I think Stacy's live. That's what I heard. Janae's.
Well, that's a lie.
They're the same person. Janae. Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't go in Stacy's lives.
Puff Give. It seems like they know.
Puff Gives.
They say they know it's Janae's live. What'd you say about us? How dare you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Whoever said it, come up here and say what the fuck I said.
Better have been something like we're too polite, or we smell too nice.
I did say to Political Mom, I said, you guys are fucking weak. I said, grow is fine.
Yeah,
so Democrats need to grow is fine. I did tell her that, but it wasn't on Janae's live.
Whose live was it on, Admir?
Sports Mom, I believe, if
right.
I remember correctly.
Well, that's true.
So you motherfuckers need to grow a spine.
Yeah, that sucks. That's just honest.
I mean,
there we are. Yeah, the Democrats are just giant pushovers. That's true. Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's not so bad.
See, I think a lot of people get confused with me is because I don't like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans.
You just like Donald Trump. That's it.
You know what? You need to calm down with that. I just call out bullshit when I see bullshit. If I'm wrong, sure. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove me I'm wrong. I'll concede. No problem. But if I see something that's wrong, I'll say it. I don't give a rat's behind if you know what I mean. If I'll just say it. Hey, this is what I think, and that's it.
Did you have merch when you were MAGA? Did you get any merch?
So first of all, let me.
Lord. You were that MAGA? That's tough.
Listen, bro. I had
yeah.
car. I had a whole car. I'm gonna have to send you some pics.
You had a car, like a wrap?
Car.
Like you had a wrap?
No. Yeah, I had a wrap.
Jesus.
In MAGA.
That is so
stupid. I was
Why?
bad, bro.
Why?
Because I was stupid.
I know, but what was it?
I think it was more to piss off everybody, to be honest with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know who the first person was to kind of slap me upside my head and be like, what the hell are you doing?
It should have been everybody. I don't know. Who was it?
No, actually, it was Itchy.
Oh.
Itchy was like, yo, bro, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I don't know. Talk to me.
I don't know, man.
Seriously.
I just dedicated my fucking life to this.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, let me talk to you. And like the first time I actually kind of started thinking about this whole thing is when he told me, he said, go ahead and just name me, when was the first time that Donald Trump has said anything good about our allies?
It's a tough one.
I was like, ooh, and he got me on that, and that's what really just set everything up. I was like, oh, yeah, but it was Itchy, and I'll always be grateful to Itchy.
And that's what
no matter how much.
That was the one.
No.
That's crazy. You never know what's going to get through to somebody. That's crazy. That's the one.
No, seriously, because I mean, if anybody knows, listen, say which one. I don't pick sides and all that, but when it comes to the military, I'm all for the military. You know what I mean? And when he said that, I was like, oh, shoot. And I couldn't answer that question.
Why do you think
not answer it.
Why are you all about the military?
So how many times have you been outside of the United States?
Only a couple, but like it's like Central America and Canada. So not like I'm not like a world traveler.
Yeah. So see, I was born overseas. I've lived through the war. I've lived through the genocide. I visited 80 countries. And so, when I say this, people are like, no. But I have a little different perspective as far as the United States military. I mean, in my eyes, they're the greatest military in the world. There is nothing like it. Now, people will say...
But why is it so important to you? I'm just genuinely curious.
Because I know where I came from. The moment that they separated the military, it was August of 1991. So 2.5 months later, we had the biggest civil war since the Civil War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And military is very important. I think, in my humble opinion, I think that's the only thing that's really keeping the United States from blowing up.
It's interesting because, like, my whole life, I mean, you've like felt danger in your life. Like, the closest I ever felt to like being in danger was on 9/11. And then, like, within not very long, it was clear, like, they're not coming to Pleasant Grove, Utah. It will be fine. But and then from then for like a couple years, like, you worried about flying on a plane, and then eventually you just got used to it. But I guess that makes sense, like, because to me, I look at like our military, and I recognize that there's probably a lot of other countries that look at them as, or at least people in other countries that look at them as like who saved them, and then just as many people who were like, you're the enemy, you destroyed our country. So I always have a hard time like just saying I support the military. I try to be careful, like. And I support the people who joined the military. I don't support what our military has done.
I mean, and that's the thing. That's why I say I have a little different perspective because I've lived through all of this. And so that's why I say sometimes I can have a conversation with people that have never experienced, never even gone outside of their state, let alone the country, to see what really happens in other countries.
Yeah.
You know, I have stayed consistent when I say, as far as the United States, it is the greatest country in the world. As far as our government, they can kiss my ass. You know what I mean? And so there's nothing like it. And people that have traveled outside the United States, that have visited, they'll tell you nothing's like the United States. Nothing. You know.
Do you think it's different, like culturally? Does it feel different culturally than when you first moved here?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a shock. I mean...
No, I mean from when you first moved here till now. Like, do you feel like it's the same country that you came to?
Absolutely not. It's a different country. The view is different. The culture that when I came here, you know, it was different growing up. Everything's different. Everything is different. I remember when I came in 1993, the people had, at least, see, that's why I kind of really, it's not that I don't want to have these conversations, because I grew up in an area that, you know, it was well off. And so I didn't get to see the outside of what people say, how they grew up.
Where'd you grow up?
And so I grew up in Lakewood, Colorado.
Okay.
Which was, I mean, till this day, it's
a nice area.
It's a well-off. Yeah, it's a very nice area, you know. So, and then, you know, when I started getting into trouble, I moved in pretty much, I don't know if you know who OG Unk is.
I don't know him, but I just know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much grew up for the last, I'd say, 5 years before I started doing all my shit up. We grew up a block away from each other. So that was the first time that I got to see what really life was on the opposite side of the tracks. And it's very unique. And, you know, it's a sad world that just not even 30 years down the road, it's completely changed. And for what reason, I can't figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out.
It feels like it feels like a simulation. Some of the shit that's like happening now. I was just watching a debate. I don't even know if a debate. Just it was on Piers Morgan. They had on Cenk Uygur and Randy Fine. He's that like super. He's a big dude from Florida that just loves Israel. That's always like, we got to just nuke Gaza. And like,
oh yeah,
and just hearing him like legitimately call everybody who doesn't support Israel like filth, and then Cenk's over there saying that he works for he has dual loyalty, but like Israel is his like number one, and everybody in the audience knows it. And Randy Fine doesn't even deny it. It's just open. It's just out in the open. Like, yeah. You guys are like, I work for Israel, but I work here. And it just feels like they used to at least lie to us about this. They used to hide it. Now it's just out in the open. It feels bizarre.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing, because I was watching a video today, and I can't remember who the congressman is, but he has like a dual citizenship, and he was wearing a Israeli like uniform, but in a Congress.
Oh, that's yeah. What is that guy's name? He's a psycho.
I can't. Yeah. He's a bald dude and all that. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And that's when I was like, oh.
Who is it? Brian? Yeah, Brian Mast.
Brian Mast, correct.
Yeah. He's
Florida.
Me, Amanda. These are your people, Amanda. You got to take care of this.
Ugh.
Whoa. The Florida Shane needs to stop, all right?
Listen, you got to stop.
This is ridiculous.
You got to stop with the people you're sending to Washington. You guys got to figure it out.
And
Florida out of this. All right, we're a different entity out
We're
here.
trying to leave Florida out of it. They keep showing up.
No, I think y'all want to be us so damn bad.
That's for sure what it is.
So y'all hate on us because y'all can't be us. That's the problem.
Wow. She went there.
It's true. Have you ever
fuck you,
seen
haters.
Florida? Have you ever? No. First off, listen. Florida beat your fucking 49ers. Second off,
yeah, sorry, that's true.
Now I lost my train of thought.
Second,
but
you
now
also
you're getting
have the
personal.
Dolphins.
Now
you
you're
also
getting
have
personal.
The Dolphins in Florida.
Listen, okay, have you ever seen a video of a Florida man that you genuinely looked at and you didn't like, that guy's pretty cool,
No,
even though he's doing the stupidest shit?
No,
Man,
never.
and that rest of that sentence.
Well, you're a psychopath, Admir. It's different.
that's fair.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Keep
also,
Basic regulation of emotions is different. So
it feels like Florida is just one like endless game of truth or dare. That's what it seems like.
it's all there out here.
It's all dare. Nobody's telling the truth out there. It's just all dare. That's true. You guys do lie a lot. You're politicians.
Whoa,
You're
calm
politicians.
down.
They're
Calm
pretty.
down.
It's pretty tough. Oh, sorry, Admir.
We got Daddy D. We
that's
don't
why.
have. Listen, Daddy D took out all taxes on our firearm, on our ammunition. We have till the end of the year no taxes on it.
Is that like it's like a Black Friday deal or something?
Yeah,
It
but
just
it's
came
extended
early.
out
They
throughout all the year. If you buy a firearm or ammo or any of that, like you don't pay taxes.
It's so crazy.
What?
The people of Florida have decided we need more guns. We don't have enough guns in Florida.
So you're hating on it because you have to pay taxes out there on your firearms and on your ammo. So now you're hating on Florida.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. I know. I'm self-aware.
That's incredible. Does anybody know if wait, who is
I think
this?
Zane is. I've seen.
Dead Can Dance? Dead Can Dance is here first. Somebody
No,
know?
can you accept Zane up?
Zane's, I think, on the left. But
Oh, I thought I saw Zane in the morning on one of the panels with me. Whoops.
Good evening, Zane. Zane, are you with us?
Shit,
Zane?
my bad.
Okay.
Florida
How you
man.
doing?
That's
Hey.
Florida man shit. Oh, my bad.
Florida man.
Zane's the
Sorry,
lefty.
Zane. I thought he meant my bad that he didn't want to be up here.
Oh.
Now, okay.
Watch out.
Okay. So,
Swap out the image.
What?
Jason.
Fuck.
Jason.
Did you send it to me on Discord?
Yeah.
J-Stuffer. I call him J Ford.
I just made that up.
J Ford.
What is this, Jen? Okay, that's a lot of blood, it looks like. You think that might get us in trouble?
I don't know.
I don't think you could have that much blood in your background.
This is coming from you. I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing. You're supposed to catch this stuff, not me.
it's dripping paint.
Okay. I'm wearing a Snuggie, LLM, and nothing
you look
else.
comfortable.
Nothing
You know what?
else.
Shade on Florida in the comment section. Unacceptable. Y'all do better. Okay.
There isn't a lot of shade in Florida. A lot of open skies. Are you guys gonna get? Is that hurricane gonna keep coming up? Is it on its way to Florida?
The one that's in Jamaica?
Yeah.
No.
No. Where's?
If anything, the Carolinas got to worry more than Florida.
Do you have a no? God, we need a big one in Florida this year.
What the fuck?
Size doesn't matter, Jay.
Yeah.
All right, we need one that has good motion. Is that what you're saying?
Always.
We need one that
emotion.
knows how to work it. That's what we need.
Always.
Oh, okay.
3-1
All right.
Bluetooth.
Or you can just position it in a place that has motion for you.
So are we doing this again?
Is that what Florida is? Is Florida's just there for hurricanes to motion
I wasn't
on?
talking about Florida.
I am. I'm doing my. It does look like a penis. Actually, that actually makes.
It does. I have
ton
it
of
tattooed
sense.
on my rib.
That does actually make a lot of sense. That's what hurricanes are for Florida.
You have a penis tattooed on your rib?
I have Florida.
That's the same thing. When you get old and the lines get less straight, that's going to look just like a penis.
I'm okay with that.
With climate change, Florida might look like that eventually. Might just get
Because
all
it's like, what if your
smushed up.
phone runs out of batteries or whatever, and you can't have access to looking at an image? You could just look at your rib.
There's no way people use an image of a penis. There's no way anybody has ever used an image of a penis. That's get it together. Get it together, Amanda. Take a lap. All right. Did you bring opposition today?
Well, I mean, I guess I could, so what we are, you guys are opposition to RTP. Send a request and come on up. So you can start with that.
I love Amanda, I think.
I have that effect. Sorry.
Talk about getting my first tattoo. I'm getting another tattoo next month. I don't want to talk about getting my first. I got dizzy when I got my first tattoo. I had to lay down.
Now that you get your first one, you can't just stop. It's gonna just more and more and more and more.
It was so annoying. It was so fucking annoying because it didn't hurt that bad, but I just started sweating and got dizzy. And then like when you try and you think about it and try and stop, then it just gets worse. It was
Are you
embarrassing.
talking about the tattoo?
Yeah, I got really dizzy. And then I even like pretended like I had to pee so that I could like get it together. And then I came back, it didn't help at all. So then he's like, you can just lay down if you want. And then that's how we got it. So it's pretty manly stuff.
That doesn't sound manly.
That's the most Mormon thing.
Admir, where have you been? Have you been on TikTok? I haven't heard any chaos on your end.
Well, I guess he was flaming Democrats earlier today.
Yeah, I guess I was talking smack about the Democrats and.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't heard chaos then. Okay. Now that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
No current beef? You don't have any current beef?
No, because he's fighting on the opposite side now.
Oh.
What's the opposite
You're
side?
back on Amanda's side?
Man, you better fuck out of here.
Jayford, calm down.
Yeah, you need let's not, let's not ruin the night, okay?
Let's not start war in the comment section tonight. How about
yes,
that?
please.
No problem. Let's get some opposition then. I don't know. I get a little jittery and I start problems.
Listen,
you're hanging out with Admir too much, apparently.
I think people get this little misconception. Listen, I've always been consistent, man. I really don't give a shit what side you're on. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'll call you out. I don't give a fuck. I don't have no allegiance to nobody. Well,
all right. Who do you want to call out right now, Admir? Who should we call? Who do you want to call out?
No, I'm just saying.
Just let it go. Let it out. Call someone out.
I don't have like just anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck Pops. Pops is a bitch.
Whoa. What the fuck did Pops do to you?
He's a bitch.
Stop it. Stop. You're asking for shit now. That's crazy work.
Listen,
Why Pops out of everybody?
Yeah.
And how is he a bitch?
Well, he's the weakest link, so I'm gonna pick on him. Why are you defending him? Can he defend himself? Can he defend himself?
No, why are you starting shit with Pops?
Jesus. I was just, it's a joke.
Oh, okay.
God damn. No, I don't. Listen,
right.
man, this
bad.
TikTok drama. Yeah.
My bad. It's on me. Sorry about that.
Nah, I just, people get this thing that, because I dislike Trump with a passion, that somehow I have this allegiance to the left. I have said it many times. Fuck the left. Fuck the right. That I don't hold my allegiance to neither side.
All right, Amanda.
So,
who's your favorite?
Sir?
Who's your favorite politician right now?
Oof.
She's gonna say it.
No.
She's gonna say it.
She's not gonna say
Watch
it.
this, guys. Watch this.
Shut up.
Say it.
Jay.
I don't know who it is, for the record. Who's your favorite politician? Like, if you could vote for only one politician in the whole country, who would you vote for? And you have to vote. You don't have a choice. You have to.
I have to. No,
and they currently have to be. They currently have to be holding office.
No, I'm not falling for this trap.
This isn't a trap. This is just your opinion. There's no wrong answer.
This platform is a trap. Okay.
This platform is a trap. Well, now it sounds like
you're
you're going to say Trump. She's already
I know
playing
that-
victim. This sounds like she's going to go Trump.
No,
I mean, what are the options? Like, or is it just her
Anybody.
opinion?
Yeah, there's got to be somebody that you admire or that you think is like honest or really trustworthy.
Thanks for the sub.
Oh, wait. Go ahead and think about it.
I hope you sit in silence and awkwardness.
You're really not going to pick somebody?
No,
All right.
I know your comment section.
All right, Admir. Same question.
I would if I had if we had to vote right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would really pick between Jasmine Crockett or Bernie Sanders.
Good ones.
I'm really starting to like Jasmine Crockett because she's feisty and she doesn't back down.
Yeah, she does not.
Yeah, she don't back down, and that's why I said earlier the Democrats don't have no spine, and she's one of the ones they do.
She's got a lot of spine. For
Yeah.
somebody that's like 4'10", she has a lot of spine. I don't know how tall she is. She's got to be 5 feet tops.
Well, I mean,
I saw her when she was in Phoenix, and she walked past me in like, she had on like, I don't remember what they were, some sort of Jordans, but she's very short. She'll fuck everybody up. I love Jasmine Crockett.
but I mean, realistically, would she stand a chance?
5'3". That seems. It still seems.
Oh, I'm taller than her.
Flex. Flex.
About a half inch.
All right. But you got to pick one of them.
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett. All right. Amanda, would you want to
Yeah,
pick from those two? Or have you come up with yours yet?
I will say somebody in the comment section answered what I would have answered.
Did a lot of people answer what you would have answered?
I don't know. I focused on only a couple comments.
Well, let's just see. Maybe have the comment section guess, and as soon as you see it, say, there it is. You don't have to say which one it is, but just say it as soon as you see it.
Somebody in the comment section said who I would vote for.
James Tallarico.
Cheating.
Bernie.
She's cheating.
I think Bernie would be her go-to. She said before that she likes Bernie.
Is she
Calm
muted?
down.
Is she muted? Did you say it?
I think she's just not answering your question.
It's devastating. All right, we're going to say it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think. I think that's what it is. She's actually not even the worst Republican anymore. It's crazy. She moved way up the list. It's so easy to get to the top of the like best Republican list. I didn't realize that until Marjorie Taylor Greene said like 3 sensible things, and now she's like in the top 5. It's gonna be tough when she starts advocating for universal health care.
Somebody said my governor. Imagine my governor as the fucking president of America. Yo. Free firearms for all.
He would cry. He legitimately would cry. There's no way he can make it through. Crying like because he got frustrated too. Ron DeSantis is on the verge of tears basically anytime anybody puts a little pressure on him. That would be a nightmare. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I love it. Fuck are you guys even here for then? If you're just
I don't know.
just gonna do that to me.
I mean, just
You're the one that asked stupid questions.
So it wasn't a stupid question. The answer is Bernie. Everybody knows it. Everybody guessed it.
Prove
I
it.
Prove it. That's Where's your crew? Where's the rest of the MAGA crew?
I've witnessed the conversations before.
Was there a Bernie rally tonight? Is that where all your people are?
No.
There wasn't one tonight? When is the next one?
I don't think my people would be at a Bernie Sanders rally.
Yeah, maybe that should be it. Maybe that should be our background, is everybody should just vote for Bernie Sanders.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we tap the screen? Let's get up to like 25, 30K likes and let's get to 100 chairs. If you guys disagree with RTP, you can send a request. You guys on YouTube that are chirping, if you want to come over to TikTok, you can send a request over there. So, you Ghostface, I'm going to call you out specifically.
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to someone on YouTube.
Oh, so I thought you were calling me Ghostface. That's weird. All right, my bad.
And you two discreet individual, if you guys want to come over and actually have a conversation. Someone's calling us a dirty commie.
There's Jeffrey. Jeffrey's in there talking shit. I got way better up. That's true. Jeff made so many people mad. Jeff was excellent at that. That's the thing, Admir. You're supposed to be out beefing in the streets. You're supposed to bring your beef here.
Listen, every time I brought beef in, I was getting bitched at.
By who? I loved it. No, I just have to pretend that I hate it. Oh, are you saying the people that would show up and go, I heard you're talking shit about me? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we never were either. So why'd they stop showing up?
Well, I mean, I would get tired of getting dog walked, so why show up? I mean,
That's fair.
I don't know what else to. I mean,
what do they care about right now? What are they talking about over there?
the big thing right now is the ACA, the shutdown. They're still blaming the Democrats, and yeah,
That's the whole thing,
That's the
just
only
like
thing.
it's the Democrats' fault.
Yep.
How'd suck to be MAGA?
And-
That'd suck to be MAGA.
And the question that I was told to ask you is that if the hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on.
Damn, he has a pre-written question for you.
I can't believe you can write.
Well, so Jay, who is keeping the shutdown?
Congress.
Going.
Congress.
Which side is voting yes or no?
It's such a crazy question. Like if there were 100 of us in a room and 60 of us had to get on one side in order for us to like get out of the room, and we couldn't get
Side.
then whose fault
All on
is
the
it?
same side.
So
Then whose fault is it?
Yeah, it's everybody's fault. That's the crazy. Like our government was
Is it the side that everybody's saying yes, or is it like let's open back up, or is
no,
it
it's
by people that aren't allowing them that is preventing the side that is wanting to open up?
It's just neither one of them are like, it's not about wanting to open it up or not. Like both sides want it to open up. It's a silly thing to say we want to open it up, but the Democrats just won't do exactly what we say. Like our government's supposed to be compromised. That's why there is a minority. It's not supposed to be
it. So my question to you is how is that any different?
Well, it's taking it away from the
to paycheck.
It's taking away for the time. So if you're saying that there's other people that also can't
I'm hearing you.
I forgot where we were. Now I'm lost. Oh, we were talking about snaps. Okay, yeah. So they could actually release the SNAP benefits. Like Trump is choosing. He's making a choice to not or to delay these SNAP benefits. It's appropriated. So he can do it. So it's not, you can't blame the Democrats for the SNAP stuff. That's just Trump choosing not to do it. And that's like, now it seems like he's purposely inflicting pain on people so that he gets his way and nobody has to negotiate. I just got no sound. Are we still here?
We are here. Gregory Johnson, I see you in request. Are you opposition to RTP? In the chat, let me know if you're opposition to RTP.
So everybody that's saying that people are going hungry in the meantime, yeah, people living paycheck to paycheck also go fucking hungry when they can't afford their groceries. Like that, y'all are missing the point.
No, we're just making different points. We're saying, okay, just because those people are struggling doesn't mean other people have to struggle. And if those people are struggling, why is the answer not to do something for them?
But why is it only a problem that now it's, they're losing their SNAP benefits, which they're not even losing it. They're getting delayed.
But they don't have
right?
any.
But it's a greater problem than the person that is struggling, working, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Why? Why isn't it the same? Why isn't it the same?
If you're on,
why isn't both household that is going hungry? Why isn't it the same?
I think the difference here is with the food stamps is if you have a paycheck, like a paycheck's coming, you need to budget and factor in that for the paycheck. But if you don't have that paycheck, where I'm making the correlation is the SNAP benefits are like a paycheck, but they're not getting that at all.
The one that's working that's also going hungry, they're less than.
But people that are getting SNAP are also working. The reason that they qualify for SNAP is because their income
from only their working paycheck is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, so the people that qualify for SNAP, they don't make enough to cover their bills and food. So that's why SNAP exists to fix that gap. So there's already a big gap. SNAP is barely getting the gap to where the people working paycheck to paycheck are. SNAP just fills that gap. The real point is it's the cruelty. Trump is choosing to do this. He doesn't have to do this. It's incredibly cruel. And Republicans supporting it, I don't get. I understand if they say they don't feel like it's fair or whatever, but it doesn't have to happen. Trump's just doing it.
Yeah, I think it could still go through. It doesn't need to be restricted. So.
There's a contingency reserve. You can also move funds around. There's a lot of things Trump could do.
And Matt, I just sent you an invite if you want to come up. Oh, Admir, I muted you. I thought you was background noise.
My bad. It's just my Jake breaks,
Jody, I don't think people are taxed too much. I think that's a weird answer. People don't make enough money. I don't know why the answer, we can't pay our bills now. So again, conservative ideology doesn't make any sense. We're underwater. We can't pay our bills. And then we say people can't pay their bills. We need to tax them less. No, they need to make more money, right? So we need to force them force a system that gets them more money. How do you do that? You raise taxes on the ultra wealthy and force them to trickle that wealth down, and then the tax revenue circulates. I really can't for the life of me figure out Republicans' whole strategy here. How is the answer ever to cut taxes when we're in this much debt? It doesn't make any sense.
So, and I'm just trying to think a little bit outside. But what would it? I mean, would it hurt the people if they just filibustered this bill?
Well, it's not a bill. It's just
I mean, CR.
the CR. Like if they just kept pushing.
If they just said, you know what, 51 votes for, Democrats.
Oh, if they use their emergency.
Yep. Yes.
Well, then what you're going to see, then you're going to, like, if Republicans do that, then the SNAP stuff was delayed for no reason unless it gets done now. And then they forced a vote, basically telling, like, half the country, fuck you. And they forced that vote in order to what? What's going to happen right after that? They're going to get hit with their health insurance premiums. They're going to get hit with their subsidies disappearing. So that's like it or not, no amount of messaging. Nobody's going to tune in to hear Mike fucking Johnson tell him, like, it was actually a good thing that your health insurance premiums went up. Here's why. Nobody's going to give a shit. That's why I don't understand. Like, I think that Republicans, when you hear them talk, like, they all say this is tough, but we believe in Trump. He's a great negotiator. We believe in his leadership. Why? Why does anybody believe in his entire existence is I never back down and I never admit that I'm wrong. Like, Trump will tank us. Trump will take down the entire fucking country before he'll ever admit he's wrong. And everybody that voted for him knows that that's fucking true. You all know that. Not one of you would make an argument that Trump would suddenly be like, "Oh, I'm actually wrong here. Let's change direction." He doubles and triples down on everything. So you guys better hope he gets it all right. But do you really have that much faith in Donald Trump that while we're $38 trillion in debt, we've got this super complicated trade disaster that now we have to navigate our way out of, and we've got more debt on the books, and we've got more war in the Middle East. You guys really, honestly, Donald Trump is the guy? Donald Trump's the one that's going to figure this whole thing out? There's no way any of you believe that. I think you guys suffer from the same problem. You don't want to admit that you're wrong, and you'll go down with Trump just not admitting that you're wrong. Yeah, we might have a war in Venezuela. Yeah, I think we've already hit $1 trillion in debt. I think we're there.
I'm working on another background. I'm adjusting the one I sent you. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. GOP's on vacation. There's like 8 of them in Washington just hanging out every day, printing out posters to go and explain why it's the Dems' fault. What did you see James Comer, Admir, talking about when they asked him about Trump's all this money he's making?
I didn't get vaguely I heard about it.
He said, well, the thing is about Biden did this, but Biden didn't tell us about it. But since Trump told us about it, it's fine. It's what they're saying now. Since he's out in the open with it, it's fine. That's how our law works out.
And that's why I say. So have you heard? Let me pull up. It's Democrat Carol. I can't. Let me see if I can pull it up on my other one.
Did you say Democrat Carol?
No, it's. I believe her name is Carol. Now, Shauna, I meant to message you to see if you can look this up and kind of walk me through it, because when I listen to to her talk, and it's she's a Democrat. Let me see. Come on.
Like she's elected? Carol Miller?
I believe that's her name.
Oh, that's a Republican.
There was a Democrat, elected Democrat, that came out and said today, basically, you know what? Let the people starve. It's our only weapon, kind of like, that's our only weapon. Don't give in. And I'm like, huh. Like, there is no way that I heard what I heard. There's just no way in hell.
Chad, do you guys know this one? Can somebody know who he's talking about?
I'm trying to pull it up on my thing.
Who said it? Does anybody know?
It was a female issue.
Was it Murkowski?
To...
Someone said Lisa Murkowski. Could it be Lisa? Did you just pick like a white lady name?
No. I thought it was Carol.
Catherine Clark, someone said. A bunch of Catherine Clark. Let me see.
Ooh. Catherine Clark. Where's she from? Is she from...
She's from Massachusetts. Does she have like kind of like was she in like a pantsuit, like a maroon pantsuit?
Yes.
Let me see if this is the one. Let's see.
You leverage times. I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leverage times we have. I mean, shutdowns are terrible.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like she's saying this is terrible and we feel bad, but this is one of the only times we actually have any leverage.
Yeah, and, in my mind is like, well, wait a second. Your leverage is to starve people?
No. The shutdown is the leverage. Like their ability, because of the CR, that's the leverage. Like passing the CR, they have leverage with these other things. So she's basically saying like, we're fighting this fight.
That's why. Okay, that makes sense.
And I don't know if they were talking about SNAP or what they were talking about there, but bad things are happening. It's just that like we don't normally have an opportunity like this where we have leverage to try and fix this. And again, I would just ask Republicans, like, that's fine. Ask the rest of the question though. Like, take her at her word. Say like, we're going to let some people starve. For what reason? Why are you doing that? And her answer is going to be, because if we don't, we will lose rural hospitals and we will lose, millions of Americans will lose their health insurance. And so this is one of those things that like we need to get done. It needs to be fixed. And what's the Republicans' answer? We don't want to. Elections have consequences. Republicans want apparently Republicans do not care if people have health insurance. I don't know why. Just kidding.
That makes sense. Okay.
Just
that
kidding,
makes
I do.
sense.
It's because they gave tax breaks to billionaires and they had to pay for it with cuts. That's why.
I don't know.
Medicaid equals government subsidies to health. And, yeah. Good point. Good point, Leah. Well, that's fine. Hey, if we're not going to get off tonight, I'm cool with that. We can end it. It works for me.
Can we just address that the ballroom isn't taxpayer money? Like, it has nothing to fucking do with it.
No. Yeah. I think
private donations.
I think the argument against the ballroom is that, like, why are we doing that? Like, I don't know why we're doing that.
I don't think that's not the argument. I've only seen people. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Show proof. Okay.
Hold on. That is hard because we don't have the proof yet. Like we just have a list of people that they said are going to donate, but we don't have the numbers yet. It's weird that the number keeps moving. There's been some people who have like broken down the payment and they're like, there's no way this is going to cost $300 million. This is a wild number. People didn't think it was going to cost $250 million either. If somebody's making the argument though that it's taxpayer money, that's stupid. Don't do that. If you're on the left and you're doing that, don't do that. You make us all look dumb.
So we've got a special guest waiting.
I mean, look.
Oh shit.
Okay. Do I know who this is?
You will.
All right.
Where'd they go? Oh. No, it was where'd they go? The person I was looking for isn't there anymore. The person who was in requests.
In the world? Did we lose Jen?
No, I was if you were in request and you dropped out, come back in. If you're not opposition to RTP, don't send a request, please.
Keep it down. So do I know who that is? Is that why is nobody telling me who that is?
I mean, they're not there anymore, so.
Oh, okay.
Was it Jeff?
Yeah, it was Jeff.
I knew it.
It was Jeff.
Is that Jeff's profile?
Yeah, he's rebranded. So.
Wait, what was the username?
I don't remember.
I don't think that was.
Is it Quincy Cry?
I don't think it was. Yeah.
That was Jeff.
Queen Siri is Jeff.
Queen,
No, it was someone else.
Okay, well that's who I brought up was Queen Siri. That's why I was
that's
confused.
what I thought so too.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Jeff.
No, it was a different profile. It wasn't that one.
All right, well, I guess we could open it up. We could hang out.
No, and I mean, and see, this is, listen, man, when it comes to this ballroom thing, I'm genuinely trying to understand what is the issue. Are people afraid that these so-called secret donors might get some cutback? Is that what the worry is?
I don't know what I mean, like there's some concerns. It's another example of Trump just saying fuck you to the rules and doing whatever he wants. I think people are tired of I mean, when you don't support somebody, it gets old watching them get away with shit that nobody else ever gets to do, just because they're rich and entitled. I think part of it's that. Part of it is the constant inflating price, and the other thing is like he never does anything that doesn't benefit himself. I don't know why they're doing this ballroom. He keeps talking about like everybody. I've never heard anybody say oh man, I love our country, but we need a fucking ballroom. Our ballroom sucks. Like nobody cares about this thing. And it's just it's weird timing in the middle of the shutdown. And then his press secretary said like this was his number one priority, which is a weird thing to say. They're decorating the Oval with gold. It just is. I think for a lot of us, it just feels tacky and small, and yeah, tacky is probably the best word. He's just weird. Can he just do his job?
Is it only a problem because it's done under Trump?
Nobody else has ever done it. Not in my lifetime.
House?
What's that?
What hasn't done what? He did
Like
the White House?
Like tore down part of the East Wing and then built a new building.
I think renovations are okay, but as long as it's, doing it through checks and balances and having other people, not going around the government to get approval.
But so does it have to do with the fact that it's not funded by them? Then it's secret donors, private donors. Therefore, he doesn't need to do that?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I just don't know why he's doing it. I don't understand any of it. Like, he's got a job to do. And he's spending a lot of time on this. Why? It's a weird, like, he works for us. I think people forget because, like, he's rich, but, like, he's supposed to just be there working for us. He spends a whole lot of time not working for us. But again, like, it's like number 850 on the list of things that I would care about. I don't even know if we've covered the ballroom on the show. I don't think it matters one bit, but just... Oh, there's Pops. Oh, Admir, you're toast.
What happened?
Pops is here to beat your ass.
What's up, Pops? You look good, Pops. You been working out lately, bro?
That's not... Oh, there it goes.
Thank you, Pops. Appreciate you here.
So Admir, secret donors. I don't know what secret donors you're talking about, because I've seen multiple videos where they've come out with a list of donors like Apple, Google, some of the crypto companies. There's a shit ton of donors that have been released on this renovation or making that ballroom or whatever renovation. So where are you getting secret donors from?
So everything that we've been told is, are you saying that that's the only list? There isn't more?
Well, shit, there could be, but I saw a list that had like 20 different donors on it. How many do you need?
That's the hard part. We don't even know what they're giving. I wanted to ask you though, Pops, like, why do you think he's doing this?
Because he's Donald Trump and he does shit like this.
That's fucking honest. Yeah, that's
You know, he's done it his entire life. He's ripped buildings down and renovated and did shit and remodeled and put gold inlay in hotels, and that's what he does, man.
Does it
I don't
bother?
know. That's the best explanation I can come up with.
Does it bother you at all? Like, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't care that he like it's
So-
not. But does it bother you a little bit that it's like, dude, what are you doing?
No, it really don't, because so it's not coming from every report I've ever heard. It's not coming from any tax dollars like all the other renovations. Like, and I'm not slamming anybody, but Obama's basketball court come from tax dollars.
Well, he just drew
uh,
lines on a tennis court. That was a tennis court that he just brought
I
in a
know,
hoop.
but
Yeah. But yeah, I
it
see what
was
you're
tax
saying.
money.
Sure.
And there was he redid the AC or whatever HVAC in the White House, or updated that come from tax dollars.
Yeah.
I'm not slamming on it. If the White House needs shit or a president wants something for the White House, fine, whatever. I don't care. You know, it's not like the president's out there actually doing the work himself. They hire people to do it.
To me, it's more like I don't care about the ballroom. I don't care if he does it. I mean, it's better that he's doing it with donor funds than taxpayer funds. But to me, it's just like, if you look back in history, like almost every time it gets like this, it's a bad time period for the country. Like, anytime that the country is in economic turmoil and the leaders start building like these monuments to themselves and like raking in riches, Donald Trump's never been richer. I can't think of a single time in any country's history when this wasn't the beginning of the end. That's what makes me nervous, is people are just gutting the United States right now and leaving it for parts. And I don't know that we realize that. The fact that most Americans are struggling and all these corporations are like, yeah, dude, what's 300 mil? It's no big deal. Yeah, we'll get that to you. We'll just go in 20 of us. And the rest of the country's like, fuck, I hope I can still pay my mortgage next year. That type of lack of awareness of optics doesn't make me feel good that the people running this country understand or give a fuck about any of us.
Well, the thing that I guess I'll play on your side a little bit, but the thing that I'm most concerned about is all these wealthy donors. Guess what? Every penny that they put into that White House is a tax deduction for them.
Probably.
You know,
Yeah.
They'll use it as a deduction. Now, I don't know that they're doing this to get favors from Trump, because there's companies that are extremely left-leaning companies that are donating money.
I don't think so. I don't think any of them are
Google
left.
is not a left-leaning company.
No. Google's down the.
How is that any different than donating to political campaigns?
Well, but Google wants Trump's help. I think why these people are willing to give Trump this money is because they know that if they give him money, he'll cut a deal for them. Like, he's cutting deals. He's cutting all these deals for all these major companies. They're now telling us that Trump is part of negotiations, is going to be willing to sell these like NVIDIA chips to China that they don't have, that are allegedly like 20 times more. And all it's taking is all these, billions of dollars pouring into his cryptocurrency. He's going to pardon Sam Bankman-Fried, they just said. Like, he just is pardoning back to back two of the biggest financial scams in the history of our country, and he's going to pardon them back to back.
No, I hadn't even heard about that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to call a spade, and here's just my 2 cents on that. We already know what Trump has done with with the casinos and the vendors and all that. Now, this is just hypothetical, and this is just something that's kind of in my little brain. This thing's going to get done. Are we sure that the vendors are going to be paid? I mean, it's a genuine question, Art.
Well,
Do we honestly think that the vendors will be paid? Because we know the history, right? Let's call a spade a spade. And then when people say, well, we don't want this ballroom, I think there's only one reason why people do not want this is because it's gonna go down in history as Trump's ballroom. Just like Lincoln's bedroom and all of that, it's gonna say Trump's ballroom, and people don't want that. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. You see what I'm saying? So my personal opinion, I don't see the vendors being paid.
well, I think they have to be paid. It's way too out in the open. It's not a private deal. This is a nationwide. Everybody in the nation is looking at this, and there's too many donors that are putting money into it that are not Trump. You see what I'm saying? So the people doing the construction, the people doing all the work, I'm sure they'll have to be paid. There's no way that they won't, because it's already out too much into view.
But doesn't that proximity to corporate money and like the obvious kickbacks he's giving to these people, it doesn't. For all the time I've spent like debating on this app, I've been accused of being a socialist, which I'm not. But like every Republican I've ever talked to hates socialism, and Trump is literally taking companies, forcing them to give up ownership, so state-controlled ownership. At the same time, he's only doing favors for the top 1%. And somehow this guy has an approval rating. I don't get it.
So
I don't know what you guys are seeing. It's hard.
I don't see Trump as a straight out conservative. He's not. You know, he's flip flop between Democrat and Republican, but I don't see he's not a straight out conservative. He has some what's the word I'm looking for? Some tendencies to the other side, to the liberal, and I don't want to say socialist, but maybe a little bit. He has tendencies to social stuff.
Well, aside from that, Pops, so my question was, how is this any different from donations to political campaigns?
Yeah, it's not.
Jay?
It's not any different.
Well, one, it's not going to a political campaign. That's the main difference.
How is that any different, though?
Well, we have campaign finance laws. We have transparency laws. This is like, we're not going to have any transparency on this. Trump's giving us a number. Do we have to? Will we ever know that number? I don't know. We don't have oversight on this. This is something that's never been done before. So Congress isn't going to have. Congress has no mechanism for oversight here. Do we think the Republicans are going to ask Trump to see his finances? Absolutely not. They're all terrified of him. And when Trump's saying that that's why I brought up earlier, like he's saying 350 million. People are saying, like, there's been multiple breakdowns. They're saying this won't cost 100 million. So it looks like he might pocket that money. But we will have no idea. The fact that they're saying like this is going to be paid for by private donors, that's just something he said. We actually have no idea. We haven't seen any contracts. We haven't seen any money. We haven't seen any donations. All we have is a list that was put out by Caroline Levitt of here's the companies. A list from Caroline Levitt, given her track record. Frankly, like I don't trust that. But I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know how, as a country, we're still trying to figure out a way to defend Donald Trump. The reason that you can't figure out what his ideology is because he doesn't have one, because he just cares about himself. It is so obvious that he is just building a wealth for his family and his friends, and he's doing nothing for anybody else. Like, we're getting gutted right now.
There should be some oversight in what's going on. He shouldn't just say we're just going to do this with no contracts approved, with no plans approved ahead of time. I mean, him just saying I want to do this, that's not how things are supposed to go.
So I want to push back about the old Trump. Okay, maybe Trump just does care about himself. Fine, whatever. I'm not going to agree or disagree with you on that fact. But if he wants to create wealth for him and his family, you tell me one person in this country that doesn't want to do that. And Donald Trump was doing that before he ran for any political office.
Everybody
he was
was.
Generating wealth for himself and his family.
Everybody
Now,
was. Every president ever has done that.
We can go through every
But he's not supposed to be doing
politician.
it while he's in
Jen, let's not
office.
gang up, Jen. Let's not do that.
But we can go through every politician that is past and current that didn't and show me one that hasn't generated wealth for themselves or their family
While they were in
being
office?
a politician.
While they were in
Yeah.
office? Not a single.
Show me 10 of them.
Barack
Or
Obama,
five of any politician.
Joe Biden,
Okay,
George
so
Bush.
Barack Obama's wealth when he went into the presidency was like 1/3 of what it was when he left.
No, that's not true. He got all of his money after his presidency.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because we have their finances.
I'll have to double check that because I'm pretty sure I've seen where Barack Obama made more money going in his presidency term. His wealth substantially increased during his presidency.
Yeah, they write.
He did a book.
Jen, let's not pile on, please. Let's do one. We do one-on-ones.
I'm not piling. I'm just saying something.
I know, but we normally do one-on-one.
Well, no, that's all right. You guys can pile on me. I don't care.
Oh, go ahead, Jen.
Pops likes the train.
I was just saying that he had written a book. That's all. That's where his money came from.
Right.
All right.
But Trump's wealth.
I'm going to double check that because I know I saw somewhere that his wealth went up during his presidency.
But even if that was true, none of it would have been foreign donors, criminals, faceless people, foreign countries openly bribing him. All of the money that he's made they're just bribes. Like he got $2 billion from the UAE and then he sold them weapons. He got $2 billion from Qatar and then he sold them chips.
And that's in this term?
Yeah.
Because in Trump's first term, his wealth went down.
His net worth went down, right?
Net worth.
Yeah, that's because the value of his properties everywhere but Washington and Florida died. But the properties that he used while president, he saved them. Bedminster, D.C., and Mar-a-Lago, they were all dead. But the only reason they made it is because he was president. However, this time, he's just openly taking bribes. He did a dinner, and he said, whoever buys the most of my cryptocurrency, the top 250 people, whoever has the most, you get to come to a private dinner with me. Trump gets all of that money, like all those fees, Trump got. So he raised hundreds of millions of dollars. Just by
isn't there a law against that?
Yeah, but who's going to investigate the president?
Well, but if he's openly saying that, how come he's not being prosecuted for it?
Who would prosecute him?
Well, shit, look at how many prosecutions they had on him.
No.
Before
Hear me out.
President.
Who would start that prosecution?
The Democrats could start impeachment charges on him over it.
They could start impeachment charges, which they won't have the vote for. But you're talking about a prosecution, an investigation. That'd be the Department of Justice.
Presidential prosecution.
Right. And do you think any Republican will allow articles of impeachment to begin?
Well,
or will they vote
factual,
that down?
They should.
It is factual. We know all of this stuff.
So
you know what James Comer said? James Comer today was asked about it. He's aware that this is the number, and he said, well, he's honest about it. He tells us about it, so it's fine. It's still a crime. James Comer on national TV today said, yeah, well, he was honest about it, so.
Well, shit, I'm going to go commit a crime like that and then just tell people that I'm doing it before and I should be all right, right?
You're going to need some more money first. You're going to need a lot of money first before you don't have to play by the rules.
I'm going to have a lot of money because I'm probably going to have to rob a bank.
Yeah.
And I'll just have to tell everybody I'm robbing this bank. Trump tells you, so it's fine. I'm telling you, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I really think that this guy is selling out the country, and it's obvious. He's not.
Well,
could you think of something he did that has gotten better for you that you could tie back to him in this first 10 months?
Well, I can't think of anything that's made it worse.
Well, your dollar's worth less. It's your dollar. The value of the dollar's down 13%.
Yeah, opposed to what? When Biden was in there at 9%?
No, not
inflation.
Not inflation. So this is just how much
So,
inflation is a different equation. This is just how much your dollar can purchase. It's gone down 13% this year. And that's mostly due to a lot of that's due to the trade war because other people have stopped using our currency and they're siding with China instead. And so it's devaluing our currency.
oh, it's devaluing our currency.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but so now China does the same thing. They devalue their currency.
Well, they're currently increasing the value of their currency because they backed it with gold, which is I know you like. I know you like gold standard.
Yeah, I would rather be on gold standard than the petrodollar.
Isn't it crazy that those crazy communists are backing their currency with gold right now, and we're not?
I know, that's insane.
Yeah. China's dusting him. China is beating Trump up on these tariffs. It sounds like what their negotiation that they're just going to go back to the old tariffs. From what it sounds like that's coming out of this administration, it sounds like Trump's basically just going to cave and go back to where they were.
They'll just revert right back to where it was.
Yeah. So we're going to all this pain for no reason.
Yeah, because it was supposed to. From what I heard, what he was supposed to be doing is like evening it up. Like he wanted square, like straight out.
Yeah.
Deals. But if it's going to go back to the old way, then that was kind of a flop.
But that's a weird thing about Trump. Like, I don't know. It's weird that he doesn't understand this. Like, Trump always does this thing where he says trade deficits are bad. Like, trade deficits aren't bad. Trade deficits can be beneficial. Like, you ever use the example, but like you and I have a trade deficit with the grocery store. Why don't we just grow all our own food and raise our own cattle? Well, because it's probably cheaper and more convenient for us to go to the grocery store. So we don't mind having that trade imbalance. Like there's a lot of stuff China made that we didn't want to make here or wasn't going to be made here, or they can process it faster and we import it. It benefits us.
Well, I kind of do grow my own food and raise my own cattle.
I figured it too. I only eat things I killed. I like that.
No, I'll eat stuff that I don't. But yeah, I don't know. So what's your view? What's your view on the shutdown?
The government is supposed to negotiate. That's what they're always supposed to do. I don't care who's to blame. Functionally, our government doesn't work. Everybody who's not actively saying we need to have a negotiation and open up the government. Anybody who's just playing the blame game, like fuck every single one of them. And Schumer does this. I think Hakeem Jeffries does this. Mike Johnson obviously does it. Like they're fucking toddlers over there. They can't grow the fuck up. They're so worried about losing a political battle that they're willing to just fuck over Americans. We're all the ones that are taking the heat for this. And so I don't particularly care. I just think that it's exposed that we have a bunch of wandering toddlers in Congress.
Yeah, well, and I agree with you. The thing that irritates me the most about it is, sure, they should negotiate, but this isn't the time to negotiate, and their leverage for negotiation is completely wrong because they're using Americans' lives, they're using people's financial livelihood as a negotiating tool, and that is not right. Not in my book.
Well, I see what you're saying. This is a 70-30 issue. Most Americans don't want to lose these subsidies. And it got pushed through the one big beautiful bill. They didn't negotiate that bill. The Republicans refused to negotiate with the bill. So this is the first time Democrats have been able to use any amount of leverage. And they chose to take their time where they have leverage and shut down the government. And they're doing it in the name of we want to help people keep their health insurance. We don't want these massive increases in health insurance because people will lose their health insurance. Millions of people. We're talking about people whose bill can double and triple. And so I think it's a worthwhile fight. My counter is like, what are the Republicans fighting for? Just to get their way, right?
I would agree with you if the health care issue was the only issue on the table. But they want to, it's not. There's a whole bunch of other crap that's in there.
Like what?
Along with it. You know, if they come in on a single item and said, okay, we want the ACA extended and it's that or we don't vote for it.
They've said that. They've said that they're willing to.
No, but they got them all this money for the public broadcast system or the TV channels. They want.
Do you see how
they want to take stuff?
Do you see how you're willing to negotiate? This is what Republicans should be doing. They should be going to the table with Democrats and saying, "Hey, we'll give you just the subsidies." But they're not even willing. They're on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
They won't sit down at the table.
Yeah,
that's the point.
They're saying it's nothing.
They're saying, yeah, we're not negotiating with you at all. I agree with you. I think that's what Republicans should do. That's how our government's supposed to function. You're supposed to negotiate until you get a deal. But under Donald Trump, there is no negotiating. It's Donald Trump's way or no way. And the whole party has just given up. You don't have a single member of Congress that does anything. They just sit around and wait for orders from Donald Trump. And that's where we're at right now. This is an ego thing.
Well, we only got, a little over 3 years left of it.
Golly.
Oh, that's devastating.
Just a little over 3 years.
Why you got to make it personal like that? That's devastating.
I kind of hope it hurts.
Yeah, well.
Pops.
I'm hoping there was a little sting to that.
A little bit. There's a lot of sting. I wouldn't even say a little. That's a lot. I hadn't thought about that. So
good. I'm glad.
That sucks.
Pops, I have a question for you or Amanda.
I never touched her. I never touched her. All right.
I didn't say nothing, bro. I don't know what that.
No, yeah.
Well, let's just say that I'm the Democrat, you're the Republican. I come to you and I say, Pops, you know what? Let's negotiate. In order for us to cut this and to make this deal, what would it take? What would it take for you to say, okay, let's get this opened up?
Oh, for like if you and me were in there doing this?
Yes.
So first off, I'd want you to cut something. Like, okay, I know how to balance a checkbook, or I know how credit cards work. And when you're maxed out, you can't get any more money. Or when your bank account is at a zero balance, and let's say you even have overdraft protection, and you can go 1,000 in the negative with your overdraft protection. But when you hit that, you're done. You can't spend any more money. Okay? So $38 trillion in the negative right now, our country is way too much. So I would go, all right, you want this, then you better find that amount of money to cut somewhere else.
But then they raise the debt.
If I came to you,
Republicans but Republicans did the opposite of that. They just voted to raise the debt ceiling to increase the debt.
Yeah, I know, and I don't agree with that.
Man, you're sounding more and more liberal every day, Pops. Watch yourself.
No, I'm conservative.
That's not conservative. That's not conservative
anymore. This is how conservative works. When you're out of money, you don't have any damn money, and you can't keep writing checks or you're in trouble.
Somebody should tell the conservatives because they're spending
your shit.
Well, the conservatives don't do that though.
So Jay,
it's weird. Like they spend more and then they cut taxes.
It's the Democrats right now that are wanting to spend more money over this, or they're not voting yes on the CR.
Yeah, but this is money that was cut, right? This was a cut that the Republicans traded out this money for tax breaks. And so and now that you see the increase, like you're not going to get, like in terms of just like simple economics, government should be doing things, and like when you have something that has a positive ROI, you should stick with that. Or if you have two things that have a negative ROI, go with the one that's going to do the least amount of damage. These tax breaks aren't doing a goddamn thing for us. They're not boosting our economy. They're doing nothing. They just freed up capital for some billionaires. However, if we why don't we just reverse that then? Since the billionaires didn't fix our economy when we gave them the tax break, why don't we say, sorry, we're going to reverse that tax break. We got to pay for healthcare here.
Well, I don't disagree. But I don't think it should be just the billionaires either.
No, yeah, whoever's getting look, everybody should get taxed, but if people in your company can't afford to buy a house, raise a family, send their kids to college, but you can afford to go on vacation to the moon, then let's fix that system. That shouldn't exist. That's silly.
Well, but and using that same logic though, there's and I don't want to smack on any of the welfare programs, but there's people on these what was SAP programs or whatever it's called.
Snap.
That they're going in, they're making they're getting this government assistance, but they're driving a brand new goddamn Escalade.
I mean, I think that's few and far between.
I don't get any government assistance, but I don't drive a brand new car either, and I don't live in a $500,000 house.
Okay, but we've done.
My entire property might be worth that, but I bust my ass, and I pay for shit.
But we've done the math on.
Government.
But we've done the math on it. That's the thing. Like again, it goes back to it's not about like fair or not fair. Everybody's going to cheat the system. Like there's not a billionaire out there that isn't stealing way more money from our government than all of Snap combined. Like they are. Elon Musk didn't pay any taxes last year. He just none. He stole more than all of Snap probably combined. They steal way more. And I think this is a problem with our country, and this is why I'm concerned about the future of our country, because there are a lot of people willing to blame poor people for the problems before they'll blame the rich people. And historically speaking, when a country gets to a point where they're really fucked financially and they blame all the poor people instead of the people with all the money, that doesn't go well. I'm tired. I don't get it. We're better than this. We shouldn't blame all our problems on poor people.
By no means am I blaming the poor people, but there are some of these benefits that need to be a little more scrutiny, a little more watched over, because at the end of the day, our tax dollars pay for that just as much as whatever the billionaires are stealing.
It's not even close. It's not even close. Did you know that an IRS agent, I think we get 8-to-1 return on investment. So for every dollar we spend for an IRS agent, we get $8 back. And they basically can't audit the billionaires. No, they don't have the manpower to audit the richest people in this country. And that's on purpose. And then we have the Trump administration come in and they gut the IRS. So the people that are supposed and all you have to do is you just have to outrun the IRS for enough years, and all you have to do is make your finances so complicated that the IRS doesn't have the resources to come collect your taxes, and you pay nothing. They are stealing way more. I could care less if there's somebody on SNAP benefits who is driving an Escalade. I'll care after we take care of the billionaires. I'll care after the people that can afford to pay for everything. Once we're done with the billionaires, let's go to Snap. Sorry, go ahead.
Wasn't it the billionaires in the top 1% pay the most or the lion's share of our taxes? Don't they pay like 40% of our total taxes?
That's the point. They pay a lower effective rate than all of us. So they pay less of their income by percentage than all of us, and yet they still pay the most. Why is that? Because we allowed them to rig the economy where they have all the money.
But so that's just.
Why should you have to pay 30% and Elon Musk pays 3%?
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with that, but shit, if they're paying 40% of the total tax, it's like mass production. Instead of charging $10 for one item, I can charge $3 because I'm producing 10 of them at the cost that it would to make that one. So they're making a lot of money and only taxed a little bit, but they're still paying a large percent of it.
That's because we allow them to. We allow, like, the billionaires, all of their money, everything they make comes off of the backs of everybody else's labor. And we've set up an economy where if you invest in something, you get to own all of the labor, and there's basically no cap on that. You just get to own all of it, and you get all the wealth. And then that works in like a true free market. But then we gutted all the monopoly laws. Right? And now we've allowed these corporations to become so big that you can't compete with them because they just swallow you up. And we just kept saying along, like freedom, 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 free market capitalism. And now we're in the most rigged, like of all the countries of all the like richest countries in the world, we might have the most rigged economy, and it's a casino, and it's about to burst. They have entirely fucked this because the tough secret about billionaires is that most of them really aren't that bright. They're just arrogant and they're crooks, and that's why they have so much money. And now we've been letting them write our laws and and dictate our economic policy, and now we're fucked because that's all they did. That's how they got all their money. They ran up huge amounts of debt, and then they just always found a way out of it. And then they wrote our economic policy, and then we ran up huge amounts of debt, but we don't have that same parachute because they have the federal government to bail them out. We don't have somebody to bail out our federal government. So now we're fucked. And the only way to fix it, unfortunately, is you're going to have to tax people at the top a ton of their money. You're going to have to take back a ton of that wealth, and it's going to have to be redistributed. That's the only way forward. We're not going to do tax breaks out of this.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know, because how many decades has it been that we've just been going deeper and deeper and deeper in debt? Our national debt going farther and farther. It's probably been what, last 4 decades, 5 decades?
50 years, about since 1982. And what did we do?
So
what changed in 1982?
Oh, what was it?
Reaganomics, trickle down economics.
Yeah, trickle down.
Yeah, sounds like didn't work, did it?
Hey,
massive failure.
I was young back then, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're still doing it. Like, we've done it ever since then. It's not like he did it and then we went away from it. Every president since then has participated in trickle down economics. That's the entire structure of our economy.
I'm gonna let Pop have the last word because of the Galaxy and Drop one too.
Last word, Pops. Thanks for coming up, dude.
Oh, the last word is glad somebody dropped a Galaxy because I gotta go.
All right.
Dude. Good
Thanks,
talking to you.
Thanks, Pop, for
Talk to you
coming up
later.
here. Appreciate you.
Bye, Pops.
Jay, did you see the other background I sent you?
Shut the fuck up, Admir. Don't be saying bye to Pop like that after talking all that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fake ass bitch.
There's so much is wrong with him.
Damn. Listen, I know you've been hanging out over there in Frizz's Live and all that stuff, but you need to calm down.
Don't talk about freight now.
Listen,
You
need to
push,
calm down.
Listen, you pushing buttons.
You know what I mean? Just calm down there.
Hey, listen, even when the
Admir,
left is fucking agreeing with me in the comment section, that's how you know you're the problem, Admir.
Amir, are you taking questions tonight, or are you off limits?
It's just me.
I can take questions. I mean, but I'll go on mute. If you ask me, I'll just be like, Jay, answer it.
That's nice.
What's up, dude?
RTP, how are you?
Good, man. How are you? How was your trip?
It was great, man. North Shore, Oahu. I think I probably got my last golf round of the year because I'm in Idaho now and it's 20 degrees in Rexburg. So I'm probably sure that was my last round, which sucks.
Yeah, you're cooked.
But it was nice, man. Right on the ocean, so pretty nice. But so I want to have a good conversation tonight because sometimes you and I we get off track a little bit like last time. But so why is it that Elon Musk? Because I think you're being very coy here. The reason Elon Musk pays less in taxes is because Elon Musk pays capital gains tax, and the people you're talking about that pay 30% are paying a W-2 income tax.
Right.
So when Elon Musk takes a $60,000 salary a year, of course he pays W-2 income, but there's a huge difference, and people need to understand this. There's a difference between, because people like Elon Musk make their money when their stocks go up, and then they pay 15% capital gains, and then you get write-offs. So it might be that he pays 3%. But the effective tax rate of the bottom 50% of wage earners, just talking about wage earners, the effective tax rates after they write everything off is 3.2%. The effective tax rate of the top 50% is like 40% or 30%.
The effective tax rate is going to include all other taxes that you paid throughout the year. The effective, right?
Right, but Elon Musk only pays a certain amount because he's not paying W-2 income, correct? He's not paying a large amount of
right,
W-2
and that's why they wrote their own laws. They created a different type of income that doesn't get taxed as much.
We're right, but what is the reason it doesn't is because they've already invested that money and they've got taxed on that. Would be almost like they're getting double taxed on it.
It's not double taxed.
It isn't?
No, it's not double taxed.
Okay.
That's not how money works. Did they take out the exact same money?
So if we increase, you would say you want to increase the W-2 income, or you want to increase the capital?
I want to
gains? 'Cause there's a
increase
big
capital
difference there.
gains tax for everybody that makes is starting at $20 million. I want to increase the capital gains tax. So you're not going to see any
So
increase in
what?
capital gains. I think it should be 37%.
And what's going to happen to people that invest in the markets and stuff like that? Are you going to increase?
No, the market
capital in the
the
markets, or
market
you
is going to correct. The market's going to crash a little bit. I think the time to do this is after this next market crash, when everybody realizes how stupid what we did was. But I think that the markets are going to struggle, and I don't really give a shit about the markets. I think it's a weird thing that we in this country, we're like, we could have everybody making decent livings, but what if the stock market goes down?
Well, I mean, I think the stock market being up is obviously a good thing, because 60% of working Americans have a 401k, so that benefits them if the stock market is at all-time highs.
Yeah, but the stock market's entirely fraudulent.
Well, you and I might agree on that, and I think there is a big crash coming, because there's no way it should be close to 50,000 right now.
Yeah,
with the amount of debt we have. I agree with you.
Yeah, like Elon Musk, he's bad at business. Elon Musk doesn't make very much money, and he's the richest man in the world. That's why he doesn't pay taxes, because he's figured out a way to be the richest man in the world without making any money, without running companies that are very profitable. And somehow his company that makes cars is worth like 20 times more than Ford or GM. And they make money. And they make a lot more money than him.
Well,
so somehow his stock is worth $500 and theirs is worth like $30. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, that's called the free market. That's people
That's
saying
not
that
free
we
market.
believe. Yes, that is.
No,
That's
that's
people
not.
saying we believe in this, and we're going to buy this stock because we believe in this product.
That's not free market. That's speculation. That's gambling.
That's free. You could say speculation. I would say free market. But I would. That's fine if you want to call it speculation.
Well,
he makes money off speculation.
A market has like a product, or right?
How did Warren Buffett make all his money?
Trading stocks.
Speculation, right?
Yeah, Warren
so
Buffett doesn't help anybody. Like, the fact Warren Buffett existing doesn't help us a goddamn bit. It's bad. It's a bad thing that all the billionaires in this country made their money off the backs of all the labor, and they didn't do anything that really helped us very much.
Except that he owns Berkshire Hathaway, right?
How does that help you?
That's his. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't help me.
Okay.
I'm not talking about me.
So
why do he employ?
Why do we reward somebody? Why do we reward somebody like that adds almost no value?
Because he employs people.
So he doesn't add that much value.
Berkshire Hathaway is a huge company that employs hundreds of thousands of people, I would imagine.
I understand that. There's other companies that employ thousands of people and they don't make as much money.
Who?
Well, I'm trying to pull up. Let me employees. How many do they have? So then I can get a comparable company.
I would think it's hundreds. I don't think it's thousands. I would think maybe thousands. Berkshire is a large company.
It's got 392,000 people.
Yeah, you are benefiting the lives of almost 400,000 people and paying them to have a job. What
do they do?
What do they do?
Mm-hmm.
They're in real estate too, aren't they?
They do. I think they're a holding company. I guess their employees are a subsidiary company, so they're not directly from Berkshire. BNSF Railroad, Geico. Oh, this is including like all their investments.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I believe they're a real estate company. I think I see Berkshire Hathaway real estate.
Yeah.
On property.
Why can't Warren Buffett be worth $1 billion? Why can't we cap it out there? If we capped it at $1 billion, couldn't he just pay all his employees more money? Wouldn't they all have more money instead of just him?
But again, this is always the argument, and the question I always ask you is, why do you think you're entitled to that money?
It's because it's our money.
It's not your money. What did you do to earn it?
I was born in it's ours collectively as a country. It's our money.
No, it's not.
Whose name is on it, bud?
I don't expect Warren Buffett to
pull out a piece of cash. Pull out a piece of cash. Whose name is on that?
Whose name is on it?
Yeah.
Trump's, I hope.
You hope Trump's name is on your money?
I mean, it depends.
That would be fake money, dude.
No,
you don't want that.
It just depends. It's a $20 bill. It's a $100 bill.
Yeah.
I tried to use it in Hawaii. They didn't like it.
It's the treasury, right?
Yeah.
Why do we have currency? Why do we even have cash?
Why do we have? What? Well, it says it right on the cash. It's a legal tender for debt.
Okay. So why do we like what's the purpose of it? Why did we decide to have currency?
I have no idea, man.
So we can trade, right? So you don't have to trade like pickles for apricots. You can just like go in and you can take your money,
Sure.
which
No,
represents value.
yeah.
And the value is based on what?
The value, well, it used to be based on the gold standard,
And now,
but not based on anything.
who's gold?
It's not based on anything.
Who's
now.
gold?
Huh?
Who's gold though?
Our
gold, right? How much gold we had, right?
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
And now it's
the gold standard.
And now it's backed by our credit, right?
Right.
Okay, so can you explain to me one more time how it's your money?
It is because I earned it.
You earned it.
I offered a service. I offered my labor to gain that money. That's basically a barter. I'm bartering with them. They're getting my time and energy, and I'm getting money. I earned it.
So why can't you burn it?
If you don't work.
So why can't
you don't
wait?
work
Wait, hold on. Why can't you burn it?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Because there's supposed to be a certain amount, right? That's how we protect. That's hold on. Let me just explain it.
Yeah.
There has to be a certain amount of currency, and that's how we control the value of the dollar, right? And the currency is supposed to circulate, and the currency is property of the United States, and you can use it, you can save it, you can do whatever you want, but it's still not yours, right? That's why they can tax you, because it's theirs. They can actually take it back. You can have a job and they can pay you in currency, but then the government says, well, because we provide this currency for you and we provide your ability to buy things without having to go and trade pickles for apricots, we also are going to use money to pay for services, and we're going to tax you for that. So we're going to take some of that money back at the end of the year. So nobody's money, all of this money is collectively ours. So the question is, why do we allow one person to take so much money and then just park it there? Because that hurts us, right?
Because it doesn't hurt 392,000 people that rely on that.
Yes, it does.
Pay their bills.
Yes, it does.
How does it hurt them?
Because the money that is parked isn't circulating. In fact, we made new rules where like banks used to have they could only loan out like 5 times what they had. Now it's like 20x. So then we started just we didn't like print more money. We say that, but we just allowed banks to pretend they had more money. And then the banks give out this pretend money to these billionaires. And then these billionaires buy companies that don't make any money. And then they leverage the stock from that company and they take out a loan from another bank. And the bank says, here's some more fake money from you that we got off of leverage from this company that makes no money that you purchased with fake money. And so that makes the cost of everything else go up.
But again, in order to feel like you're creating value or something to that, you would have to work for Berkshire Hathaway or work for Warren Buffett if you think you deserve to have his money.
I don't want his money. I don't want his money. I want him to.
You just said you did.
No, I want him to release the dam and let the money circulate like it's supposed to. He's hoarding it. It's you live in Idaho. You live in you said Rexburg, right?
Well, no, I'm in Rexburg right now. I don't live here.
Have you lived it?
I'm here right now.
Okay, but I think you're rural. So you've seen people that irrigate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what would happen if just one person dammed off the water supply? What would happen to you?
Well, my farm would suffer.
But he worked really hard. He built this dam and he invested. He went out and he invested all of his money and he got all these materials for this massive dam and he dug out the land around him so it was deeper so the water would pile up. He earned it, dude. Why are you crying about it? It's not he earned that water. Why are you crying about it?
So you're making the comparison from water and money.
Correct.
Wow.
Because
I've never heard that argument. I've never heard it, but it's an interesting one.
Well, isn't currency supposed to circulate? Isn't that the idea?
Who said that has to be the idea?
That's the only reason you would have currency, right? Because people can't always trade for what they want, or some people use labor. Like they don't make anything necessarily, or they don't have a product. They just participate in the process of either farming the product or making the product.
But again,
so employers, rather than saying we're all going to share in this together, I'm going to pay you this wage. Here's your money. I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to basically hope that I sell enough of my product to get what I paid you and then some back. But then they take that money and they're like, I'm going to stuff it over here. And I'm going to put it in this investment account with other fake money, and it'll grow my wealth. But it doesn't benefit America. We have to, every time we have a problem, we have to print more money. Why don't we just
why
tax?
is it that, well, there's lots of reasons why we don't tax people more.
Why?
The big one is because it stifles investment.
Do you have any evidence of that?
Yes.
Show me. Could you give me an example of a time when we raised taxes in this country and investment was stifled?
Yeah, multiple companies in New York that have relocated to Florida in the last 10 years.
What was there?
Because New York is
what was
taxing them.
Well, yeah, they just moved somewhere else where they get taxed less, right? But I'm asking you, like, stifling an investment. People have been investing in New York still.
Well, when Zoran wins the election, just you'll see.
Let me ask you a question. If states weren't allowed to have no income tax, what would those people in New York do? Do you think they would still move?
Yeah, because after federal and state taxes in New York, what are you paying, like 75%?
No. I'm saying if like Florida wasn't allowed to do that, like if we all had the same state income tax, the same level, then what would those companies do?
Good question. Some of them would probably stay there. Most of them might stay there.
Yeah, they would just exist and they would be fine, wouldn't they?
So, but you're talking about if we tax them more, what's going to happen? And I'm saying you're going to lose. Like AOC, when what was it? Amazon or something wanted to come to New York, and she said no. They just moved.
Yeah, but only because there's an option of somebody saying, "Hey, we don't care. Like we'll just let you. Like we won't tax you. Come here."
Right, but the argument was who's going to leave, and there's multiple companies. Like I know you hate this guy, but I mean, when Ben Shapiro moved his company from California to Florida because he was getting taxed up the crap hole in California, and he moved his company to Florida.
Yeah, what do you think's about to happen in Florida?
I don't know.
Yeah, Florida's fucked right now. All these people moved to Florida because they weren't going to have to pay income tax. And now they're finding out the hard way that there's consequences to that. One, they can't get like hurricane insurance. And the state, like all these companies fled, these insurance companies all fled Florida. So the state created a program through taxes, but it's not even close to covering what they need. So now the state's got to figure out what to do. Are we just going to let all these houses not be insured? And also, these house prices all went up. When we got everybody to come here, it rose the price of houses. So now it's way more expensive to insure your house because the value of your house is a lot higher. What's Florida going to do about this?
When hurricanes come, they do a pretty good job of fixing their bridges within 2 days. That's what they're going to continue to do.
This isn't about bridges. This is about replacing houses, bud. How are they going to replace these houses?
How are they going to replace? So you're saying that the people that are buying these houses are not able to afford flood insurance?
No, the insurance companies fled the state because it makes no financial sense. Because for them, there's too much risk now because the cost of housing grew astronomically. And like we're getting more severe hurricanes, it's not worth it for them to insure these houses. So they just left. And now there's nobody there to insure the houses. So the state is trying to figure it out. Sounds like the state bailing people out when capitalism doesn't work. See, capitalism doesn't always work, does it?
But again, why do you, RTP, care about this? Because these are billionaires. This should make you happy, right?
No, I'm just pointing out that this is what happens. So California, the reason that California is a high-tax state and a Democrat state is because before California was a Democrat state, it was a Republican state. And they begged people to come to California, and they cut all their taxes. Remember, Ronald Reagan was the governor there, and he begged all these people to come to Silicon Valley and to L.A. and to San Diego, and they all came out there for the low taxes, and people came out, and suddenly there was a lot of people there, and then there wasn't enough housing, and then the housing affordability went bananas, and all of a sudden San Francisco is unlivable for just a regular school teacher, and it happened within a matter of years. You're seeing the same thing play out in Boise, Idaho, in Salt Lake City, Utah, in Austin, Texas, in all of Florida. If you're in Idaho, you know that people can't afford to live in Boise. Same with Salt Lake.
No, it's Meridian's crazy. I don't know Salt Lake as well, but yeah, we lived in Boise for a long time. I bought a house in 2017 for $250,000. I sold it for $600,000.
Yeah.
4 years later, $600,000. But that's because people from California are fleeing California. They're selling their houses and they're coming to Boise and buying it for cash because they're fleeing California because they're tired of all the taxes.
Yeah, and then you guys turned into California. And then you turned into California.
We have signs that say no more bring your stuff, but don't bring your shit over here because we don't want to.
Yeah, but that's because nobody in Idaho understands how any of this shit works. Bringing the people is how California became California. Giving people low taxes and bringing in as many people as you can is how that happened.
Yeah,
that's why California is unaffordable.
I've monopolized a lot of time. I'll just listen to this point, but I'm not. I don't want to take up all this time. So.
Well, no, you're good. I'm just wondering, like, what's it going to take for you to just stare reality in the face? I think that's the theme tonight. We're $38 trillion in debt. We're spiraling out of control debt-wise. The economy is currently like in the most obvious bubble that anybody's ever seen. And somehow there's still Republicans out there like, we should probably cut taxes.
I don't know if it's any more of a bubble than the tech bubble or anything else. I don't think this is any larger of a bubble than 2000 or
it's way bigger.
Any of those times.
It's way bigger.
I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say.
It's not. No, it's very easy to say. It's very easy to say.
How?
Because one, like if you look at the most valued stocks in our country, they are not profitable, right? It is all speculative.
Nvidia isn't profitable.
No, I'm saying Nvidia is profitable. But not as much as you, not even as stock. Yeah, not even, but not at the level that their stock is. Like that's all future. That's all like people looking towards the future, right? But if you look at all these other companies, most of these tech companies, every AI company is bleeding money right now, and they're all sitting on these really shitty loans with adjustable rates. And then these same people that have these loans, the collateral for the loans is their business, which is going to go under when they run out of money. Those same people are invested heavily through like places like BlackRock in the housing market. And the housing market has a problem right now too, where there's all these houses that were purchased at the peak and they can't sell them and they can't rent them. They have to take a loss on all of them. And so they're going to dump those houses when all of this crashes. It's worse than 08. It has layers that 08 didn't have.
Well, you just said that none of these, and then I mentioned Nvidia. You're like, yeah, but maybe that might be the exception. So this is what we.
I was thinking specifically of the AI companies when I was talking about like the fastest growing. I was thinking specifically of the AI companies. I don't know what Nvidia's profits were.
It wasn't their stock at like $1,000.
Well, but our stocks don't make sense. They don't track, like they don't necessarily flow with profit. A lot of these companies don't show profit and their stock goes up.
I know. I consider you a very smart person. I think I'm a pretty smart person, but just because we say that it doesn't do it, I mean, there's a lot smarter people than I and you that think and bet on this for a living and make their money doing this, that think that you're wrong, that there is some value in that. And that's why they speculate on these investments.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying you're wrong. And I'm saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of smart people that would disagree.
Well, let me ask you a question. Does it make sense does it make sense that the stock market is at an all-time high right now?
I mean, I could go pros and cons. I could give you a couple reasons why I think that there's a reason why, but
yeah, tell me.
I think inflation drives. I think there was big fears that inflation was gonna, go gangbusters, and it hasn't gone above 3%. It was 3% when he took office. It's about 3% now. I think that we're reducing the interest rates. Jerome Powell just reduced it again. What was it today? Was it another quarter point? I wasn't paying attention.
Do we generally reduce? Do we generally drop the rate when, especially now, with Jerome Powell, his announcement? Why did they drop the rate?
They dropped the rate because their data is showing them that inflation is within the range that the Feds want it to be in.
There's some other parts of that. I don't know if you heard the announcement. Like there's some other parts of it too, right?
I was with patients all day, so I didn't hear. I was not able to listen to Jerome Powell today.
Yeah, so. Labor's not in as much demand, and we're seeing companies that are going to need money, and they're going to have to refinance some debt. And so this is an opportunity for some of these companies to get out. Like this is a measure to try and stimulate. That's why we're lowering rates, because you're trying to stimulate it. So would it make sense that
Well,
we're
you-
trying to stimulate the economy at the same time as all-time record highs in the stock markets?
Well, you're also saying that our inflation fears are down, so we're going to loosen the lending market, like you're saying we're gonna unrestrict the I don't know, it's the money flow, right?
No.
We're going to make it more.
No, this percentage is basically just what the percentage that banks lend money to each other.
Lend to banks, right?
Right.
It's called the bank-to-bank rate, and then your mortgage rate is 2% higher. It's called prime plus 2.
It can be, yeah. But like when you lower the rate, it's to stimulate growth.
Okay.
So that's what I'm asking. Like, does it make sense that stocks are skyrocketing at the same time that we're like, oh, we need to stimulate growth?
I mean, yeah, I think people can make a case for that.
What's the case? Because as far as I can see, what it looks like is ever since COVID, the average American, even rich Americans, have gotten more and more poor. Their dollar's worth less. But the richest people are getting significantly more rich. So what it looks like to me is that the people with all the money are pumping money into stocks to artificially keep that high. Because most Americans don't have billions of dollars to pump into stocks right now, right?
Well, 60% of Americans have 401ks, so.
Yeah, they're not investing in stocks, right?
What does the 401k do? What does their 401k do for them?
No, they're invested in stocks. I'm saying they're not pumping a bunch of new money into the stock market.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So these are hedge.
Hold on. You just said that for the poorer people that their dollar has weakened.
Everybody's dollar. So has weakened.
Okay, that was interesting because I was like, okay, so the rich people, they don't have the same dollar, so their dollar isn't weakening, but the poor people's is weakening.
Their dollar.
We all have the same dollar.
Yeah, their dollar. Yeah, but what I was saying is the dollar is weakening. So for somebody who doesn't have a lot of money to invest, like if you barely have any left over at the end of the month, if the dollar weakens, you're not going to have money left over at the end of the month. You could go a million lifetimes, and these billionaires would have money left over at the end of the month. So really, when we cut this rate, what's about to happen? Some of these people are going to try and refinance their loans. They're going to take that liquidity and they're either going to invest it with stock buybacks to make their stock look artificially high, or they're going to go and they're going to invest in something like real estate where they get assets while people are struggling and selling their homes, trying to make ends meet. You'll have all of these vultures swoop in and buy up all the assets.
And when they do stock buybacks or their stock splits and their stock becomes more valuable, 60% of Americans that have 401ks also are going to benefit from that because their stocks also go up.
A little bit, yeah. But if you're talking about like the overall benefit, like that's so marginal. Great, your 401k went up a little bit. You can't afford groceries. Who cares? You'll drain your 401k. You know what else is true? I don't know about your 60% number. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that 60% of Americans right now have debt and are living paycheck to paycheck. So I know those people aren't investing their own money. And if times get tighter for them, if the dollar continues to slide, they're going to increase debt. We have record amounts of consumer debt. This is the highest consumer debt has ever been in this country.
Well, we've always had massive consumer debt.
No, we haven't. That's why this is the highest.
Well, just because it could be the highest, but it's been
going up
a long.
Yeah, ever since. Yeah,
I mean, people do. I know. Reagan economics.
Yes, because the rich drive the prices up, and everybody else tries to keep up, and then they get into investments or they buy above their means, thinking, oh, the market will continue to be strong, and then the market crashes and they're fucked, and the people with all the money buy up that asset, and the next time it comes around, you're renting from the rich instead of buying your own house. That's how this works. Capitalism is a game. Like it's a zero-sum game. Their goal is to get all the money.
Who the top 1%?
That's what it is, right? They all want to win.
Top 10%, top 1%.
I mean, anybody who wants to play that game, but like that's the name of the game here. Capitalism only works if it's heavily regulated. Otherwise, people cheat and then they get all the money.
That's the name of the game for me. I'm trying to get as much as I can.
Yeah, and you're getting fucking destroyed, dude.
I'm not, bro. I'm good, bro.
Every time, dude, Elon Musk just made more in this discussion than you'll make in probably a year.
10 lifetimes?
Yeah, I don't know how much he makes. Yeah, you're getting killed, man. You're much closer to being like on welfare than you are to being a billionaire. You've got no shot at being a billionaire.
I don't know, man.
You think you have a shot at being a billionaire?
I do.
What's the plan? What's the plan here?
Well, without giving out too much information, because my company is about to go public on the NASDAQ. We're on the QTC right now, and I own about 10 million shares in the company, and it's trading at $11 right now. But if the government was open right now, all the paperwork is filed at the SEC, we would be uptick to the NASDAQ right now. And when that happens, most likely $40 to $50 a share. So I feel pretty good right now.
What's that number? What's that total there?
What do you mean?
What's the total, the value of your shares?
Well, right now, if it's trading at almost $11 a share and I own 10 million, then the value of that would be
Why do you have 10
a lot.
million? That's a crazy amount of shares for not being public yet. That's wild.
400, well, it's QTC.
500 million?
It's traded on the
Oh, you're traded already. Oh, okay.
Well, we're traded already, but we're getting uptick to the NASDAQ. We're getting uptick to the big boy market.
Gotcha.
So
I think that in and of itself is what is so gross about good for you. I think that's what's gross about our entire economy is that somebody can do that. Like most people, almost all Americans have no ability to share in the profits of a company. It's a few fortunate people that are able to do that. And the fact that even that can exist, good for you for working hard. Everybody works hard. I don't think chance should play such a big role. I don't think luck should play such a big role where literally people can get lucky and then for the rest of their life they're set. I think that's weird. I think that's a bad system.
But RTP, we created an awesome product.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I still think you should. I think you should make a living. I think you should make a good living. But most people in America, there's a lot of people that work at companies that make awesome products and they don't even get stock options. They certainly don't get shares like that. It's such a bad system.
Except for 60% of Americans.
Well, why shouldn't every company be like yours? Why shouldn't we just make every company like yours so that when you work and the company sells, you share in the profits?
Because there's literally 4 of us in the company.
Why shouldn't every company share in the profits though?
Because they didn't take the risk. I mean, do you know how much money I went into debt the last 7 years in order to get us to where we are?
So you wouldn't know. Yeah.
How many people are How many people are willing to go $500,000 to $1 million into debt in order to get to the point where it is?
I don't care. I don't think you should be rewarded for that.
Risk.
I don't think you should be rewarded that much for that. I think that's silly. I think it's a bad design.
But that's the problem.
No, it encourages gambling. No, it encourages gambling.
That's the problem. You just don't care.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bad system.
Okay. All right.
It should. Anyway. The thing is you'll advocate for this system for you, but not for everybody else. Nobody else gets this system, right?
No, everyone. We live in the most upward mobility country in the history of the world. Everyone has an opportunity to create a product that people will want. Everyone has that opportunity. So, I wasn't given the opportunity. Everyone has that. Now, everyone's not going to be able to do that, but everybody has the opportunity to create a product that people want.
But then you have to pay people to make that product, to bring it to life.
Yeah.
So why don't those people get to share? So only the people with the ideas get to be rich?
No, you have to take risks.
So only the people with an idea and take a risk. That's what I'm saying. That encourages gambling.
That encourages people to create and literally what America is founded on. We're inventors. That's what we do.
America was not founded on inventors.
Well, I mean, it was a system in which people could come up with ideas, and
every country has that. That's not the point. We could still have all of that, and people could profit share. Why would any of that change?
Because you're not entitled to that profit. You didn't do anything to earn the profit.
You didn't? Again, you didn't work for it? So the people that work for those companies didn't earn it?
What have you done, RTP, to benefit my company right now?
I don't get any of your money. I don't work for your company. I'm saying if I worked for your company, why shouldn't I profit share with you?
But you're saying I should share that with other people.
No, with the people in your company. With the people in your company.
So my dad and my 3 brothers?
Sure. And everybody that works at a company should have that opportunity.
Yeah, they all have the same amount of shares I do.
Brother, everybody at any company should have that opportunity.
No, they shouldn't, because
Why not?
they didn't risk. But again, for the 15th time, they didn't take any risk.
Okay, so then
They didn't put in $1 million.
So for the
They didn't
15th
put in
time,
$1 million.
so for the 15th time, that's a dumb fucking system, and it encourages gambling. It says that only people with ideas who are willing to gamble get to be rich. Nobody else.
That's not it at all.
Why not? What do you mean that's not it at all?
You can be a doctor and get rich, can't you?
Not to the level you're talking about. No.
Why not?
How would you be a doctor and make $500 million?
You could be a doctor and make $750,000 a year to $1 million a year, and then invest
that's
that
what I
money
just
in.
said. Not to the level you're talking about. That's what I just said.
You're saying you can't invest that $750,000 or $250,000 of that every year and have that.
Well, now we're not talking about wages. Now we're talking about investment, right? I'm talking about people who work for companies.
Yeah, they have the opportunity to do that.
Okay, so so far you've said if you gamble your money, then you can be rich. And if you're rich and you gamble your money, then you can be rich. But it's going to require gambling, right?
It's going to require a little bit of risk, correct?
Yeah, don't you think that's a little bit silly?
Nope.
You don't think it's silly that in this country only the people who take a risk right now. By the way, the people who built this country, your grandfather most likely had a pension if he worked for a company. Your grandfather most likely shared in the revenue. This is what we used to do in America until Ronald Reagan, the fucking actor, got duped by a bunch of rich guys that are like, hey, it'll totally be better if you just let us keep the money. But your parents and your grandparents grew up in this system that worked this way. That's why they could probably retire. That's probably why your mom didn't work. Because it was a better system. It actually distributed the money equally.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
What do you mean, okay? Why do you do this?
Because it's 9 o'clock at night, man.
I know, but why don't you ever want to like learn and change and like figure something out? Why do you just leave right now? You're not curious why your grandparents and parents were able to make it on a totally different system, and you can't do that here now? Like most people that are in their 20s or 30s will never own a house if this trajectory keeps going.
So
you don't want to fix that?
I have a finite amount of time I want to spend on this app every day, and I'm at that point where I'm just like,
I'm just asking you, why didn't you answer my question then instead of just tell me about your feelings? You don't want to fix that? You've got kids. You don't want a better future for your kids?
Oh, my kids have a great future.
You don't want a more equitable future for your kids?
A more equitable future. See, this is what at the end. This is what they don't want. They don't want equal opportunity. They want equal.
That's not
outcome.
what equity is.
Yes, it is. That's what you want. That's what RTP.
Equity means that you share. If I have equity in a company, what does that mean? If I had equity in your company, what would that mean?
Okay, what would that mean?
Would it mean we had equal opportunity?
If you had equity in my company and the stock price goes up, you have the equal opportunity that I did. Yes.
No, not opportunity. I would have ownership. I would have access to revenue. That's what equity is. So when I say a more equitable future, I mean I think your kids, if you don't make it big and they work for a company, I think they should have equity in that company. And I think the United States government should force companies to give people equity. And you do that with a higher tax rate.
That's again. Democrats used to believe in equal opportunity. They want everyone to have equal outcome. And this is what Kamala Harris ran on.
Are you fucking deaf, dude? Honest to God. Are you fucking deaf? It's not about equal opportunity. I just fucking explained it. No, it's about sharing in the profits. Repeat with me. Equity is about sharing in the profits.
I'm not going to repeat your delusional ideas.
That's what equity means.
No, you want equal opportunity. You don't want equity. You want equal
I want equity. I'm saying the words. Don't guess. I'm telling you. When I'm talking about equity, I'm saying I think that American workers should share in the profits. You could use equity in different ways. When I'm using it, I'm saying they should share in the profits.
There it is. You can use it in different ways, and you're choosing it. Hey, can I finish the sentence without you starting to yell and get upset?
Go ahead.
Okay. So again, you want redistribution of wealth.
No.
That's what you.
No.
Yes, that's what you said.
No.
You don't want redistribution of wealth.
No, I think you'll have to force redistribution of wealth at some point.
So you do want it.
But no, I want equal distribution of wealth. I think that I don't think that one person's labor should be worth 400 times somebody else's labor.
So that's perfect. You want equal distribution of wealth, which means you don't want equal opportunity.
No. That's not what that
outcomes.
means.
You want everybody to have.
No, because if you put in more labor,
You want equal outcomes.
No,
everyone has the same.
no,
Everyone gets the exact same.
No,
that's exactly what you're saying.
No, because if you work more, if you listen, this is just math. I said that you should get equity for your labor. So that means if you do more labor, you get more equity, which would mean you would have more money, which means you wouldn't make the same as somebody else. And somebody else might say, I only want to do this much labor because that's plenty of equity for me. The top still rise. It's still about meritocracy. It's still about hard work. It's just not so rigged.
Again, you just said you wanted it equally distributed, which means everyone gets the same.
Jesus fuck, dude. Jesus fuck. Listen, if you are paid in equity for your labor, if I work 40 hours of labor, I get 40 hours of equity. If you work 80 hours of labor, you get 80 hours of equity. Which is bigger, 40 or 80?
80.
Okay, is 80 the same as 40?
No.
So am I saying equal?
Yes.
Bro, you're an idiot. You're I can't do any better than that. You're an idiot. I don't know. You just don't want to admit that you were wrong. I think that's what that was.
No,
that's crazy.
I was.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, right? You can have meritocracy without giving people all the benefits. Jeff Bezos started a company. Most of the work wasn't done by him, and yet he gets most of the money. That's silly. And the other people in that company that get paid the most are people who don't do a goddamn thing. They just invested. They're just sitting with their thumbs in their ass, and they make way more than the people working there. That's such a bad system, because the more money you get, the easier it is to get more money. It's dumb.
So again, I just want everyone to understand he wants equal outcomes. He wants everyone to have the same. That's exactly what he's saying.
You're such a fucking idiot. You're so stupid. Get out of here. That's so stupid. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
What time is it? 8:13. Are we done?
Bullshit on for his stock.
Yeah, look, if that's true, that's impressive.
Bullshit.
A 4-person company that's has enough revenue to see the stock jump that much, that'd be impressive.
Listen, I have 770 million shares of Shiba Inu. It's worth about $13 right now.
Well, I mean, he said before he said before he's not a doctor. Then he says he's a farmer. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't know.
So do you want to give Ty a chance? Ty's in requests.
No, Ty, I like you, but everybody's just gonna be pissed at me if I bring you on. You have to work some more on people before. I don't want to take the heat for you tonight. I got a show to prep anyways. We can go home early tonight. That's fine.
So I do have the question, because when Pops was up here, I know what I'm trying to say is just for me putting the sentence out. So hopefully you can help me out. Where I was trying to go is, if the Democrats come to a table with the Republicans and say, hey, listen, we can cut some of the stuff that you're talking about, let's just say hypothetically with the healthcare, right? But in return, how about you release the Epstein files?
Wait, what are the two? What are they giving up for the Epstein files?
Let's say the Republicans give up the Epstein files, and the Democrats give up some, I don't know, something that has to do with healthcare.
I wouldn't make that trade. If that was first of all, I don't think they need to do that trade because we've got the votes for that. But I wouldn't make that trade. I think it's far more important that people get health care than we. It's if we have to wait a little longer. I just think that that's more important.
Fair enough.
I mean, we all know. Everybody knows what's in those Epstein files at this point. It's crazy. By the time they come out, we're going to know everything. And then they're going to come out and they'll be all redacted. They'll be like, what? This is how we got them. There were black lines everywhere. The only people in these files were Democrats. You could see here. Don't mind all these blacked out areas. It's fine. That's probably what Republicans want. Yeah. I just don't think Republicans want to open. I don't think Trump wants to open the government. I don't think he gives a shit. I think he clearly doesn't care about SNAP, and he's been dying to use the Insurrection Act. And if people are starving, crime will go up. I honestly don't think. I think Trump would rather it stay closed. This gives him an opportunity to take over the cities. And I think Republicans are such little cucks that they're just going to sit there and let it happen.
Well, I mean, but what about that ruling that the judge did that indefinitely there? He can't lay off any federal workers, even if it does go to, what is that, 61 days?
Yeah,
and that's what.
Well, what does he care?
What about that?
What does he care if it's indefinite? This guy doesn't care about our finances. He doesn't care about any of this. Donald Trump is here to be present to do two things: get revenge for everybody who tried to try him for the crimes that he absolutely committed, and make a fuckload of money. And he's doing both really well, and that's about all he's doing. I don't. How do you even argue that? That's all he's doing, and the Republicans are just happy to go along with it. And I'm just wondering how long the voters are going to go along with this. I think I applaud a lot of you guys. Your loyalty is stronger than I expected. You should have bailed a while ago, but I question how much time they have left.
I know you want to go prepping up, but one last question. So, as far as these boats that are getting blown up, my take on it is, who do you believe? Do you believe that these boats are actually carrying schmucks? And I've said it all along. If you can prove that these people are carrying, I'm okay with them doing what they're doing. But how do we get the proof? Who do you believe?
Well, I think
that's kind of where I'm at. Who do you believe?
I think that's the fact that we're asking that question is a problem. But here's what we know for sure. Some of them for sure weren't running drugs. Some of them they caught, and they've claimed that they were running drugs, and they sent them back to their own country. They didn't arrest them, detain them, bring them here. So the people that didn't die, that we didn't murder, that were definitely running drugs, which they said they were doing, we just let them go back to their country?
Go ahead. And running drugs isn't a death penalty offense.
Yeah.
I mean, usually we're supposed to have like trials and shit like that before sentencing someone to death.
I mean, it's hard to say that it's hard. It'd be really hard for a Republican right now to say that they're not fascist. Because like they're just letting this dude do whatever. They're just letting him murder people. They're letting him go into cities unconstitutionally. And I don't see Republicans up in arms about this. How are we not up in arms about extrajudicial killings without any? How are so many people so comfortable trusting Pete Hegseth? Like we didn't trust the government until you brought in a drunk Fox News host, and now suddenly they're trustworthy. We don't need any evidence. Just whatever they say is good. I'm lost with Republicans, man. Like I've been disappointed in them for a while, but where the lows you have to go to now to defend this. I mean, it feels an awful lot like the same type of support that Netanyahu has in Israel. I think that the people that are still backing Trump, I don't think there's like a limit. I honestly don't think there's anything this guy could do. He can run scams. That's fine. He's given his son fucking government contracts with. Forget like the cronyism. Forget like the nepotism. What the fuck does Don Jr. know? Why are we giving Don Jr.'s company a deal? Are we trusting Don Jr. now? What's his resume? He worked for his dad. He hated his dad for like a big chunk of his life, and then came and worked for his dad. His dad doesn't really let him do anything. Eric runs the company. Like there's nothing. There's just nothing he can't do. Everybody knows he's hiding the Epstein files. There's no argument for that anymore. Everybody knows they're not released because he said don't release them. Everybody can see how much money he's making. He just murders people in fishing boats. Like, Jesus, fuck, what happened to our country? This is crazy. 3 years ago, if we all talked about Ed Snowden, everybody would be like, can you believe our government with Ed Snowden? And now they're like, everybody's Ed Snowden. Lock him up. Just like ICE officers scanning people's faces. We have a system where ICE officers are walking up to people with their phones to scan their face, and after they scan your face, they get information back. You think they don't have that on all of us? They're just openly doing it. And Republicans are doing what like fascists and authoritarian cheerleaders always do. They sit there and pretend that this isn't really happening or that we really needed this. Bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing on that immigration because I don't know if you heard of what happened in Colorado. It's a shit show.
What happened in Colorado? Remind me.
So there's a the claim is that there's an incident down in Durango, Colorado, where there's a quote quote illegal teacher. And so they arrested her and her kids. And then in Denver, there was also a father who was also working for the schools. They arrested him. And now our governor is going after the federal agents because we have a law saying that any communication, any contacts from ICE has to be coordinated with the local and state authorities. And they failed to do so.
Jesus.
So our police is pissed.
I'm just seeing this now. I hadn't seen that one. I saw there was one, I don't know if you saw in Durango, an ICE agent, like, this lady was recording him and he took her phone and then she, like, was reaching to get it back and he, like, threw her down a hill. Like, grabbed it. Looks like he grabs her by the hair and then other officers around him, like, tried to break it up, like, get him to stop. And he finally, like, realizes, and then he just throws her down a hill. Like, slams her onto the ground. I for the life of me, like, Republicans, explain to me why a woman recording an ICE officer allows that ICE officer to steal her phone and then assault her. That's why I don't... Go ahead.
And I did a video earlier, right before we came. There was an incident... that there was two teens. I mean, you can clearly see on a camera that these guys are saying, hey, I'm a citizen. I was born here. I'm going on my way to school.
Is that the one where the kid's shirt was like ripped?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that was in Durango. Okay.
Yeah. And so I did a video on that. I mean, listen, the only thing that I can come up with is there a way? I mean, if this is happening, who holds them accountable? Can you not take their qualified immunity away?
I think the shitty answer is nothing until Republicans get off their ass. They're never going to care what we say. We have a minority in Congress. Republican voters and Republican politicians have to step in. Like, we are so far past where any president's ever gone before. We are so far past that. Trump's not going to stop until he's forced to, and he won't be forced to stop until the people with power force him to stop. This is American fascism. We're doing it. It's here. It's not a joke anymore. It's not an accusation. It's not a slur. It's just what we're doing. And like all fascists, they just don't know that they're fascist.
Here's what worries me is next week when, with the SNAP whole thing, what worries me is people are going to start going into stores. And listen, I mean, as a father and all that, I would do what I need to do.
Yeah.
People are going to start going in there. Stores are going to naturally defend their stuff. And next thing you know,
that's when crime goes up, when there's poverty.
Trump's openly talking about it. He's literally saying, like, soon I'm going to use the Insurrection Act. How do you get people to get riled up in the streets? He's tried a lot of stuff. He's gone into the cities, and for the most part, people have stayed cool. He thought he was going to be able to provoke some people. I think during the No Kings, Lord knows a lot of paid, paid MAGA people were out there instigating. Didn't happen. But eventually, like you said, yeah, people are going to get desperate. So it doesn't even seem crazy to say that anymore. Of course, that's what he's doing. He's just trying to get everybody to start committing crimes so he can invoke the Insurrection Act. Once the Insurrection Act's invoked, who's going to tell him no? They already just don't follow the Constitution. They already don't do it. Republicans don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, but we won. At least it's not Kamala.
But Biden.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me. That's the one thing that worries me. So people are gonna do, what they have to do, and here comes the Insurrection Act, and it's who knows what's gonna happen after that. I
don't want to be a bum. I really don't want to be a bummer, but like, who's gonna stand up? Pam Bondi's not. Kash Patel's not. Pete Hegseth's not. J.D. Vance sure shit isn't going to do it. I don't even know who you bring up.
Man, people that would stand up, are technically irrelevant. You got some Republicans that are willing to stand up, but they're not really, so the ones that really matter, I don't think they're going to stand up.
But even then, not really. Even then, not really. It's so tepid. They're so very afraid of him. And I think some people, they've said it, their lives are in danger. You go against Trump, I think they honestly believe that their lives are in danger. Would you would you feel like your life was in danger, Admir, if you were Thomas Massey? I probably feel like my life was in danger.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, let me check comments.
It's a shit show.
It's called fascism. That's the word for it. Amanda.
Yeah. Fascism.
Amanda, any last words from you?
Nope.
Jen?
No. Are we going to start at normal time tomorrow?
Let's plan. Yeah, let's say 9:30, but there's a real chance it's like 10. We'll see.
I'm gonna put it as 10 tomorrow.
You want to do it that way instead?
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that's probably better.
Just because, I'm having to adjust it later on, so it's easier.
All right.
Just a joke. I just want a stupid joke. Someone's asking for a joke.
I'm ready. I need a joke for the end of the night.
All right, let me pull up my joke list.
Our country.
Damn.
Solid.
In our country.
All right.
Do you want to answer the question, Amanda, before you go? Do you still have a little time?
I'm good, thank you, though.
Let's see. How dark do we want to go?
Dark. Let's get dark.
Go dark?
Yeah,
okay.
Go for it. Get us banned.
When someone dies, pretty much anyone can get a casket and a basic funeral. But in order to be cremated, you have to earn it.
Jeez.
Ooh. Damn.